VHS Beyond. I never believed in curses. I thought they were just stories our grandparents told us to make us pray before bed. But that changed in December of 2023, when I bought an old camcorder from a second-hand shop near the edge of Armonk. The store was run by a man in his late 60s. He had a pale face, eyes too tired for their age, and a scar under his right eye that looked like a crescent moon. When I pointed to the dusty VHS camcorder sitting on the top shelf, he hesitated. "That one's not for sale," he mumbled. I laughed, thinking he was trying to raise the price. "I'll pay double," I said. He looked at me for a long time and finally muttered, "Take it, but don't watch the last tape." I didn't ask why. I should have back home. I dusted the camcorder off and opened the case. Inside there were 3 old tapes labeled in Arabic. 1, 2. The last one had no label on the side, just that one word written on its surface in red. Beyond. I watched the first tape. It showed a group of young men entering an abandoned house in the outskirts of Zarqa. There's until the camera started glitching. One of the guys screamed off camera, then another. The video ended with static. No blood, no bodies, just ... A scream that lingered in my ears long after I stopped the tape. The second tape was worse. A boy, maybe 12 or 13, was recording from a rooftop at night. He zoomed in on something moving on another rooftop across the alley. It looked like a figure, cloaked in black, crouching unnaturally. As the boy whispered verses from the Quran, the figure stood slowly, its joints cracking in reverse. Then it turned to the camera. Even from that distance, its eyes glowed red. The boy dropped the camera. The last thing heard before the tape cut off was a bone-chilling whisper. I tried to sleep that night but couldn't. I kept waking up, feeling like someone was standing in the corner of my room. The next day I stared at the third tape for hours. Beyond. I wasn't sure what I expected, but curiosity always wins. I inserted it into the camcorder static. Then darkness. For nearly 5 minutes, nothing but blackness. The camera turned on inside a room I didn't recognize, except that it was my room. Same bed, same prayer rug, same Quran on the shelf. But the air was wrong. Too still. The camera faced the mirror, and the reflection ... wasn't mine. It showed someone sitting on the bed with his back to the camera, whispering. I paused the tape. There was no one in my room. I pressed play. The figure stood. He turned slowly. It was me, same clothes, same scar on my hand, but the face, it had no eyes, just black voids where they should have been, and the mouth was stretched wide open, whispering something I couldn't understand. Then the camera zoomed in on the reflection until the screen filled with darkness. Then a flash. I blacked out. No dream, no sound, just nothing. I woke up on the floor. The camcorder was gone. So were the tapes. But something had changed. I started hearing prayers in reverse. I couldn't stand the sound of the adhan. My reflection would lag by half a second, even in daylight. I went to a sheikh, desperate, begging for answers. He didn't touch me, just looked into my eyes and whispered, "You've crossed into something not meant for us. You opened a gate." "What kind of gate?" I asked. He shook his head. "The gate between the seen and the unseen, between the living and what lies beyond." That night I left a Quran playing loudly on my phone and tried to sleep. At 3:17 a.m. the recording stopped on its own. My phone froze. Then I heard it, a whisper, right by my ear. "We watched you watching us." I turned. No one was there. In the mirror across the room, my reflection stayed smiling long after I'd stopped. Ending narration. If you're watching this, and if you ever find a VHS labeled Beyond, burn it. Don't watch it. Don't try to understand it, because there are places no camera should see. And once you look, they look back.